Well, the clouds we had earlier are fading away. Now, you will notice some of these coming in from the west. These are really high, thin cirrus clouds. They're going to do very little to keep any heat in tonight. So it's still going to be a chilly night. We're going to drop into the 40s. We'll drop to about 47. By 7 a.m. it'll be 48, so cool at the bus stop, but then 77 in the afternoon, still below the normal high, which is about 83, and then headed for about 62 by 11 p.m. tomorrow night. But the pattern will start to change a little bit. First of all, this kind of gives you reference points. We talked about this at 5 and 6. There's China and Japan, Alaska, of course the continental U.S. and Lafayette. There's a massive ridge of heat that's in eastern China, Japan, and really over parts of Alaska. I mean, parts of northwest Alaska were in the 60s today up on the tundra, and the low this morning in Fairbanks was 56 when we were 48. I think as a typhoon comes into Hong Kong and China, this little ripple effect will kind of push a little chunk of warmth in this ridge eastward, and eventually there'll be ridging in our area and cooler air that comes into Alaska. So the pattern's going to start to change a little bit, and it will start to get hotter and humid around here. It will feel like July and August again, but it's going to take a little bit of time. In the meantime, below normal tomorrow, below normal temperature-wise on Friday with some cool nights, but then the pattern starts to shift a little. Warmer by the weekend, especially next week, and a few scattered storms as we get into the early part of next week. These are the record lows for tomorrow morning. The record is 41 at Lafayette, West Lafayette, 40 Delphi, Winnemac, and 42 at Frankfort, and the record lows 48 at Fowler. Now in our northwest counties, we're going to be flirting with a record low, and we'll be within about 3 or 5 degrees of it elsewhere. We'll drop to 44 tonight, Frankfort, Burlington, 47 Lafayette, Remington, 44 Morocco, and about 48 at Romney and Linden. Tomorrow, warmer than today, just some patchy mid-level clouds, some high thin cirrus clouds, 78 Romney, 77 Lafayette to Frankfort and Rossville, and 75 degrees at Winnemac. Tomorrow night, anywhere from 48 to about 55, so warmer still, but still below normal, 53 in Lafayette, and 81 actually on Friday in Lafayette, 79 or 79 at Monticello, and 79 Burlington. Okay, here's our high-res futurecast. I broadened this out a little bit to get an idea of the weather pattern. This is 8:30 tomorrow morning, just a few high thin clouds here, and we'll have a few clouds with the sun tomorrow. We'll go ahead in time, and this is early Friday morning. Two things are happening. One, the warmer air starting to move eastward. There's a little warm front out here, but also notice the tropical moisture down here in the southeast U.S. One, there'll likely be a tropical storm in the southern Gulf of Mexico, and two, some of this tropical moisture will move northward as the heat starts to move eastward. So bottom line is that spells some scattered storms for next week and warmer temperatures. The weekend looks good though, highs around 85, overnight lows in the 60s, but then next week it's back to 85 Monday. It's going to get a little bit humid, couple scattered storms on Tuesday, Wednesday, perhaps even Thursday. Just a few widely scattered storms around, nothing really widespread, and highs back to 90 by Wednesday, and overnight lows in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. And the new data tonight, actually above normal temperatures. About August 20th through the 30th will be above the normal high of about 82, so it's headed back for summer.
It's amazing to see that Hong Kong and weather in Alaska really has that kind of effect on us.
Yeah, it is truly amazing. When it's really hot in Japan and Alaska, it's usually cool here. It's a flip-flop every time.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, it's also amazing to see how important tight ends are to the Indianapolis Colts. We need them.
Yeah, no kidding. Training camp continues for the Indianapolis Colts, who at the moment, as Dan